Oh, hello, hi, hello, Gunners and Freaks. My name is Keach TV, Jack, whatever you want to call me. And today I wanted to record a little video I've had in my mind for a while now, ever since I think I got that unconditional offer for my university for my uni. Uh, I was thinking, right, and I think I might have had this idea when I graduated from college actually, just looking back in it, that I wanted to make a video looking back at all my old college stuff, right? Just all the kind of memories. Because that was 3 years of my life, for better or for worse. A lot of important stuff happened in those years. I think I might have mentioned this before, maybe some kind of community post or um, video or something. I feel like I went through a kind of mini creative renaissance when it started, when I was out of high school. Excuse me. I was out of high school, 6 year, final year of high school was fucking rotten. Wasn't a fan of that. And I was surrounded by people who kind of knew what I was yapping about, what I was blethering on about. That felt good. I think that paired with just a kind of uptick in natural progression of skills, we're making YouTube videos and such. Um, the elephant in the room that was the pandemic, of recent memory, which was such a weird, scary coincidence because I remember seeing it was like, oh, every century in the 20s, there's some kind of viral outbreak. What's going to be this year? Like, so Spanish flu in the 1900s. And I'm like, there's no fucking way that's going to happen, like, how many centuries in a row? And it did. So that was me fucking wrong. And the first year and a half, I think, of my college experience was just online. It was Zoom classes. Um, and weirdly enough, Zoom classes, right? I felt like I could get away with shit posting. I could be a bit cheeky. I could do funny voices into the mic and make some pals. Talk shit in the chat. Even scare the lecturers into thinking I was having some kind of breakdown when I was doing a funny bit. Don't 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 do that, by the way. I got off easy. We had a very good lecturer in our first year, the NQ. This is the Scottish kind of education system. I don't know how it is in England. I don't know how it is in America. Frankly, I don't care. Uh, this is how it was for me. That's what I know, and as you'll find out, I don't really give too much of a shit about the education system. I think it's pretty stinky. I'm going to be a bit edgy. I think it's pretty rotten. I remember it was someone about the SQA, the Scottish Qualifications Association. I think they were shutting down there. They had some kind of trouble. They fucked something up around 2020 when I was getting my results from high school. They fucked something up. I can't remember what it was exactly. They fucked something up recently, but they were almost about to shut down. And I remember I'm gonna pop up on the screen. I did a drawing of me shitting all over them, like their tombstone. And that was a very vitriol. That was a very from the heart cathartic drawing. Yeah, but yeah, this is the website I made for the NQ, which was the first year. It was a Wix website they just told us to make. This was like a kind of exercise, I think. And I would just constantly add more stuff to it because I thought it was pretty cool. You can tell what era this is. This is 2020, 2021. I get the speckle meme drawings there. I remember I did, it was a little exercise I did when I was bored during like the summer 2020. I did like all the TF2 mercs, the little loadouts I had for them. I did it. This was around the time I was trying to make the TF2 experience. That didn't last long, but I tried to draw them each in different art styles. So I did like a Picasso spy and like a crayon engineer and like a kind of fucked up graphic novel heavy and like a what would you call that? I suppose a kind of like minimalist soldier, like a kind of 50s, 70s, 60s art deco. I don't know. There's some Tronia. God, remember that? I still want to make that one day. It just keeps constantly morphing and changing. That was the 502nd Legion. I think I came up with that at the end of high school. It was just like red clones because I thought red was cool. There's that Keach TV logo that I still use today. Just a bunch of papers of cool stuff I work on. A lot of things I just never explained or shown to people. It's just kind of personal drawings, just ideas I have. You can see there in the background of the Voyager Season 2 cast. Yeah, that's how long these ideas have been brewing in my head, and they're still coming to fruition. They're different colors. Like Rodimus is blue, and that kind of shows you I was still experimenting with like, how do I make these different colors? How do I make that work? What the fuck do I do to to make that look funny and stuff. I just hadn't figured out that yet. You know, the way of kind of finding it now. Let's see what this actually says. There's a YouTube channel link. Wow, I was bold back then. Just anyone in my college class could see this. I think it's because they told us to make a YouTube playlist of cool stuff like internet we found, and I was being pretty shy about it before. But then people were like, "Hey, Jack, this YouTube playlist links back to your channel. What the fuck is this?" And that from there on out, I was just constantly referred to as Cage. That was my name from there on out. I wasn't Jack anymore. That was it still happens today. 2023 by name of site. Wow, they actually updated this. I'm very surprised this website's still up. Right, this is like an unpaid like free Wix trial thing that I made in 2020 or something for a college course. I haven't updated it since 2021, I think. Let's see what this is. A good place to view more. Actually, does this link still work? Let me see. It does. Anyway, overall skills development time. This is a website. City of Glasgow. Yeah, sorry, I should probably say that's where I studied. A lot of things to say about that college, right? Not very good things. I'll be honest with you. Whenever people ask me what I've been up to the past few years, I see someone in high school I haven't seen for a while. I tell them when I went to City Glasgow College, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool." And I say, "Well, did you see in the papers that there was a giant scandal about the fucking dean? How he's a massive scammer. Yeah, he talks total shit. He's got big stinky ears, and he fucking embezzles all his money to holidays in New York and shit. While the animation department suffers and has like fucking nothing to its name." Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of friends I knew, they followed me into this course because I think after high school, someone didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Someone went to the courses they didn't like, and they said, "Well, Jack, you seem to be enjoying your course," which I think I like to make lemonade out of lemons. You know, I like to see the positive thing. I met my girlfriend in college because I turned on my webcam and she thought I looked handsome. You know, I met a lot of people I still talk to and work with to this day for ideas and shit. People who've taught me pretty valuable skills, right? And they went into the course after me, and it was pretty lucky that I went in when I did because they just didn't have budget to do like certain courses. My friend, he went in, and instead of doing the final year, he just had to go to a different he had to go to uni up in fucking Dundee because the final year they just couldn't afford it. Right? That's how fucked it was with this college. Another friend of mine, they didn't teach him fucking anything. They failed him, is what I'm trying to say. It's just like this kind of stuff when it comes to education. Nothing is concrete, right? And these fucking pricks who are in charge at the top, they always find a way to make it worse for the people just trying to get something out of it. I'm trying to find a way to like not just turn this into an epic rant video. You know what I'm saying? I just want to preface this by saying that like. Even in this first year, there was shit going wrong, right? Especially in the backdrop of a fucking pandemic, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. I'll put in this website. Please be sure that you have. Okay. So up here, right, they told us to just basically make like these things for all the shit we were doing, right? And I haven't checked this in 8 million years, so I'm wondering what the fuck any of this is. Okay, this was me learning how to do like digital animation. Look how ropey that is, man. I'd never actually done digital art like seriously before until 2020, like genuinely, right? I did not know how to draw with like a computer tablet or anything or like a digital pen. So this is just me figuring it out. This is like if you look back, see the Tronia video from like 2020, 2019, right? All of that was just like physical like paper drawings that were scanned in and edited using tricks. None of that was digital, right? There was just effects from like a video editor and like Photoshop and shit, and like actual physical drawings. I'm surprised I managed to pull that off. I think I should dig up the original drawings I did from that and just show you that like I don't know, no one's gonna remember this, right? But the chain breaking, that was like drawn frame by frame and then like edited in. So it was a kind of like fish out of water thing. Like when I was surrounded by a lot of people who really knew their way around like digital art and shit, and they like just smash shit out, and I was still like, what the fuck is the lasso tool? I still don't know what the lasso tool is. It hurts my brain. But anyway, yeah, These were the kind of like squash and stretch. I'm learning how to do that. A bit kind of ropey. I think the first one I did was just this guy melting into 8 million pieces. Yeah, that one down there with like the guy who's just standing still while like everything like moves around him with the rain and like thunder and shit. That was me learning. You can have like different elements. Some can be static stuff like that. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. I think that was like camera.gif. That was like different angles. I think this was a kind of research project that I think I got a lot out of these kind of like design things. The guy who was in charge of that course, we had a few different lecturers. This was the kind of art and design guy. He kind of pushed me. He told me like a lot of these lecturers pushed me. But this guy, I'm just gonna say, you can look this up in the news and stuff. I don't want to get into this video because I don't have exactly too much to say. But that guy had a certain poor taste, is what I'm trying to say. That guy had a few unacceptable kind of tastes in things that I don't know. I'm pretty disappointed to hear about. I hope he's changed his mind, is what I'm trying to say. I think that was the final project I did for the first part. It was like, hey, just take everything you've learned in these past like couple of months and just turn it into a video. I remember now. It was because things were shit in 2020. It was like make a video where characters are given hugs, and I just thought, why don't I make something fucked up, right? Everyone knows me as the weird kind of silly humor guy. I'm gonna be getting the most out of it. I'm gonna make something fucked up, and I think I just kind of did this loosely. Like I had a vague idea in my head, but I just fucking drew it and came out with that. I think. Oh, never mind. Actually, there's the storyboard right there. Yeah, I think they told us to make a storyboard, but I was just like, fuck it. Hand comes out the ground, hugs guy. And I had a bunch of different ideas. He was supposed to have like 8 million more arms, but that was just going to be a pain in the arse to animate. There's Derek J. Wyatt and like inspired stuff. They were telling us to name like our famous artists. I had to, I was in my little, I still am in my little stinky Transformers phase. I had to. I was looking at Dia de los Muertos. What? That was the worst pronunciation of ever. Day of the Dead, kind of stuff, because I just loved, and I still do, I just loved all the colours, how everything was just everywhere. You have all these crazy patterns, and I thought, they have these kind of beautiful flowers. What if it was like Scottish thistles, and we had kind of like Celtic, kind of like looking like markings on them? And I kind of just messed around with that. I was being a bit silly. I think it's okay. I think I could do a lot better nowadays, but that's because I was just starting out with digital art. What the fuck is that hand? It looks like a big club. It's like Charger Left 4 Dead 2. Yeah, I did some research about it. Marigold flowers, obviously. This is before everything that was. This is kind of paranoia, right? This is before anything to do with AI art, but like that looks kind of like AI art, doesn't it? It makes you paranoid, doesn't it? It freaks you the fuck out, and you just don't know what's up. It's interesting to look back on. I suppose that's the whole point of this video, but still, invert skull. Friday Night Funkin' just came out, and I thought that was cool, so I tried to do something like that. Oh fuck. Yeah. They told us to make a loading screen. Let me see if I can open that one. Is it that big? No, it's kind of compressed and small. They asked us to make a loading screen. I'll pull up like the full resolution images if I can find them, because after this, I think I'm gonna look at the other things that weren't on this website from like beyond the first couple of years. Gonna see if I can dig that up. It was like the eyeball was the loading screen. There's a thing. There's mass in the wall. There's tar in the background. Jeez, I just can't help myself, can I? There's some kind of building in fire. It just implies a lot, and I like doing that. It makes me grin just implying shit. They did ask us to do like a character study, and I thought that was interesting. I did Team Fortress 2, like the wee character I am. You can see the text box is still there, like the little kind of I don't know what that's called actually. The little kind of like line that shows you're still typing. It's a bit sloppy. The arcade, what the fuck? Wow, yeah. Speaking of sloppy, just I don't know. I think must have been going. Sorry, I just saw the dogs there. I think I must have been going through someone in 2020 because a lot of these I think can do better. They could have a lot more presentation. Just all of these are like, okay, tell us what works about this character. Give us examples of characters, then make something about them. And I was doing like, I didn't like furries, right? I feel like and like even in like kids animated movies, anthropomorphic animals, I feel like they take away some of the charm. I went on a big rant about this in the actual class, and I feel like I I kind of killed the atmosphere when I said that. But I feel like I don't like it when like people kind of anthropomorphize like animals because it takes away a lot of the kind of charm that just real life animals have. Like, let me see if I can pull this up. Like all those example images there, right? Dogs are so fucking expressive, right? That one's Photoshop, that doesn't count. But like, I thought, why would you take that away by giving them like more human features when the beautiful kind of natural expressions they have are just so funny. People like love cat videos where the cat does some kind of crazy expression, or you can like see they're kind of like trying to work out something that confuses them. And I thought, well, fuck it, let's just do like a dog that's like a person, because that's funny. That's like a human feature, but he still retains what makes him a dog. And don't say I wasn't thinking about things, right? I may have been a bit sloppy of like whatever this guy was here, this kind of South African like evil hunter dude, who's noising up farms or something, like whatever with that, right? Those like look at weapons. I think I was just like this was coming off Shadow Play, and I wanted to give like Farmer a chainsaw, so I just drew a chainsaw. The fusion cannon again, can't help myself. Drew something from Boneworks, game I never played, but I know my friend had it. Half-Life 2 Citadel, 2 Fort. I really stuck to what I knew in this, didn't I? I wasn't trying too much new. I drew heavy of the comical large spoon. Well, what a again. I just can't help myself. You know, fucking. There's that. Yeah. All of this. Here's something new I tried. They told us to make a video game character, right? And I thought, you know, he wouldn't even know how to fly. I kind of Undertale. You like, what if there was just a pacifist dude and you had to like make your way through the world? Because I think that's just how it is for a lot of people. You don't want to hurt cunts. You just want to get through life, and how are you prepared for it? So I kind of looked at this kind of like Tibetan monk nomad kind of type dude. He's buff as fuck underneath the jacket, by the way. I thought that'd be funny. Yeah, he lives up in the mountains. He's just trying to make his way through life, and I feel like you know, that's a kind of like real world aspect. You see it more than like guns or whatever. Just people trying to get through, people trying to journey places. And I think a little bit of me was inspired by Left 4 Dead at the time. I'd be playing it on and off at this time. Just the way you traverse through like all these different places in those games. And I thought, what if there was not like 8 trillion zombies there, and you're kind of just out there by yourself trying to make your way through it. And to be honest with you, I don't play a lot of those walking simulator games that aren't like, you know, you don't have a gun or anything. You don't have some kind of objective or like strategy. You kind of just go. I don't think I've ever even played like one. Maybe I've played one, but I think it's probably because as I get older, I don't play video games as much. You know what I'm saying? There's the classics I like, but I don't know. I feel like I get a lot more kind of things out of like other media. What is it? Oh, this is Block 2. Okay. Uh, here we are. Okay, this is moving on. This is everything. Holy shit. Block 2. I made that. I think that's up on YouTube. That's me trying to mess around with digital art. Still looks kind of fucked up because I hadn't gotten it like 100% right. So even the lecturer said it at the time. There's a lot of blur in that because I wanted to cover up the details that I thought were kind of shit. I think this was very much inspired by those fan-made More Than Meets the Eye trailers. I can't remember the person who made it. I'll probably show up another fucking thing in the screen. But it was like the prompt was message, something to do with sci-fi. And I just thought, fuck it, keep it vague as possible, blur the details that scare me. Let's just make something cool. It's like a VHS tape, it's lit analog horror, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You can find the full thing in the Keach TV channel, I think, whatever. There's the initial kind of sketchbook thing for it. I think, yeah, it's all fucked up and tiny. I'll probably record a video of me looking for the actual thing of it. Francis Bacon, that guy had a pretty big influence on me. It was weird because every time I brought that guy up, my granda, very big into art. He knows what's up. He sorry, I just get a bit of PTSD looking at the Iraqi donut image. Jesus Christ, sorry. You know. Francis Bacon. This is the first time I ever heard of this guy. You know, I'm going to the college library. I'm learning shit. I'm discovering the wider world. And I thought, this fucking stuff looks crazy. This is like all layered and textured and fucked up, and there's like just a lot of imagination you can have in these images. I brought it up. What are you looking at? What are you studying there, Jack? And Francis Bacon, and I think that guy led a bit of a fucked up life. Just like Yeah, especially I think he was gay in like like the 60s and 50s. That would have been like pretty fucking rough. And I think he did kind of abuse substances and stuff. But like it, it's the tortured artist kind of thing where it's like you put that into your art and then it's like holy shit, that is that's like so personal and unique to you, and like that's your kind of like fucking life experience on the canvas. And I don't know, just I get that a lot, especially nowadays. Just someone who might not have treated themselves and others the best, but they had the fucking they had the aura. They fucking had a way to just make shit look cool or make cool stuff, etc., etc. And I think no matter what, that's still worth studying, and you just have to keep in mind the context, I suppose. I'm not one of those people who can separate the art from the artist. I have to be aware of what was going on, and that might drive me crazy in some places, but I think it adds a layer to what the thing they made is. It adds context. It gives you a greater understanding of what was being put into it, if you know what I'm saying. Araki there, of course I fucking had to. The little JoJo character I am. I had to fucking look at bro. And I think that led to, yeah, the final project was a comic, and they had us do some kind of like things. We had to adapt a comic. I think I kind of fucked this one up actually. Everyone did way better than me. It was like a barbarian dude like fucking smashing in. He went into a tavern with like, he was supposed to do something, but I think I misread the directions. I still passed it somehow. There's the '86 movie. Actually, Megatron buff is fucking that. He looks actually decent. He looks like fucking Cyberverse Megatron. That I experimented with color like black and white, probably because I couldn't be arsed to use the full color palette, so I just did it black and white. Yeah, here we go. This is the kind of influence you can see with the JoJo's and the Francis Bacon, just like these kind of art house hypermodel dudes going up against like these deformed, colorful fucking guys. There's the cage face. Jeez. Supposed to draw that guy hanging himself, I think. I can't remember. It was like some kind of thing where it was like this nobleman like just kills himself, and we're supposed to adapt that and did something like that. I can't remember. Uh Zeal, I called it the uncanny Zealist, I remember, and it was I think there's a more than yeah, it's like the more than meets the eye. Like that fucking the guy. It's the more than meets the eye cover with Megatron and Tailgate, but it's like this kind of he's like he's got more than meets the eye roller's feet. He's like augmented. That's weird. Yeah, it's like a kind of JoJo dude, all expressive, all these unnecessary parts, and a little fucked up guy. I don't even know what the story was here. It's just like there's these strange Francis Bacon-esque creatures kicking about, and these JoJo dudes are a total contrast to them with their kind of like exaggerated, like kind of handsome features. A HS character, what is that? That's some kind of joke from years ago that I can't remember. HS probably stands a hilarious small character. I don't fucking know. This was the final animation project I did. It was like a big multi-animator project, a map. I remember, and fucking I don't know why I don't know what the image in the background is. That's weird. Like over that. But yeah, it was like we had to adapt like an old timey kind of fairy tale. It was the bird, the mouse, and the sausage. We just basically had to like we were given each like a kind of part for it. I think I put this up on YouTube as well. Oh, and I was really playing around with composition in this one, and I think this is where you could really see me kind of find my footing with like the style I have. In like a lot of the kind of more mad videos I put out, it's like, oh, you play me for a fool, and then the tarot card, the fool flies in with the little kind of blue tip over it. The sausage is just a weird vibrating thing. The mouse is a transparent image, but all of it is like little kind of video editing techniques and like tricks to make it look much more animated. Because I think I was running out of time back here. That's fun. That's you can kind of see me like learn how to cheat the system, learn how to make kind of cool things quick, find my footing. It was fun. More little kind of sketches there. I think I was just posing and learning how to make cool stuff. Uncanny Z-list. Yeah, here's the full comic we had to make. It was like East Side. Not many people come here nowadays. Oh, never mind. Someone just smashed in. Oh, so far so good. Then I should be able to just oh, well, who's this? I'm still proud of that actually. That's really fucking neat looking. That's scary and like. Maybe I should revisit this idea because that is a gnarly little design, isn't it? And it's like whoa, and then this big King Crimson thing just appears. I can't remember what was the intent there. He sees some kind of scary creature, and then a big King Crimson like Bakugan 3-headed guy comes out. I don't know. It looked cool. Ah! Oh, here's more explanation actually. Biker should have a bit of edge, but not literally a tough get up, but nice friendly shape. I think I kind of failed there. He's got a lot too many sharp edges to look kind of friendly. Owner, the dual antagonist. So here's a bad guy. Weird, unpredictable deadpan stare. Mysterious hook that leads to the page turner. Oh yeah, the page turner. Obviously, we were studying comics. Antagonist, pure hatred. Grabby hands. They always lead the pose. Face detailed and wrinkled as fuck. But I'm trying to read what that says. Paintbrush strokes instead of what does that say? Kind of something, whatever. I think you get the initial idea. The end is the cover more than we see. At first, it was a steep incline trying to create an effective experience in such a short time with little setup, and I would struggle to go through with plans and scripts. I use techniques taught to me, such as using text. This is just me trying to prove that you should give me the A grade. Using text boxes, more commentary than informative spells, and page turners to make an limited amount of pages have much more notable impact. Different art styled cover is commonly seen on. The covers are like a different artist. I remember this. I read all of Invincible, like 2021 ish. That was fucking crazy. Just how everything goes wrong in that comic. Just how Mark is constantly thrown through 8 million loops and he never gets a fucking break. For myself looking back, I sold that ages back. I got my granddad let me borrow some art books. That was nice. Again, talking about art with him. That was all the kind of major projects I remember going for that first year. So I was up to quite a few things. That was jeez. Looking back at it, I didn't realize how quickly it all went. Let's see art here. What is this? Oh, I think this is just personal artwork. Yeah, this is wow. I don't think I've actually shown a lot of this stuff off. Yeah, there's that new Keach TV logo. I think I did in like 2019 or like 2020 something. There's the TF2 mercs, which for some reason I didn't do a 3x3 grid. I did this, so the spy's just out there by himself. There's another Tronia thing. There's that Half-Life 2 thumbnail I was very proud about. There's the KLPG painting I did, which is fucking epic. I remember I did that right before college started. That was a little icebreaker I had with people. There's a little Ralph. I think I was really getting into like what the fuck? Why did I make that? What the fuck did I make? I think that's very Smelling Friends inspired, isn't it? That was when the Smelling Friends pilot came out, wasn't it? I was really getting into kind of graphic design, learning how much I could twist these kind of the images of toys. Basically, I just thought that's really cool. I can make like fucking breakdown look cool, things like that, like the Mona MCI thing. Little Tronia gifs I just made for fun, I think. Schlatt Scream. Why the fuck did I draw that? Oh, that's cool actually. I don't think I've ever shown this. There's that's what it looked like without all the effects. With the green screen chroma key there. That was a mouse pad, I'm pretty sure. I just needed like a kind of like generic kind of floor to cover up the green screen. I think I bought PJ a Cliff Jumper, but before I gave him it, I filmed this just because I was a little fucking hack fraud and I wanted to get the most out of it before I gave him it. That was it. Remember I used to do top 10 Transformers of the year. God, I can't be arsed anymore. I get so much and sell so much. It's just like whatever. I just want to enjoy it in the moment. There's the Newgrounds bumper. There's Bugbite. Well, he was such a. I love Bugbite so much. He's just one of my favorite Transformers. I remember finding him in the TF wiki when I must have been like 8 or something. I didn't know how the wiki worked, and I just clicked in like the go button. I saw I just saw Bugbite for the first time, and I think it freaked me out seeing there was like an albino bumblebee with like tribal tattoos. And then when I heard that they were making like a kind of like more available one for the people in Generation Selects in like 2020, I was so fucking happy. Even if mine had some like a weird like QC issue of his like arm, I was just over the moon to get a Bugs Bite. And even then, I think like that very same year or a year later, I got the Botcon one for like 40 quid, just because the head was damaged, and I just painted over it. I just matched the color and painted over it. So I basically got like a brand new Botcon Bug Bite for 200 quid less, which is very very nice, very nice. I'm always proud of that run amok one. God, I think this is kind of sad news because as the time I'm recording this, it's just been announced that A1 Comics, like the cool kind of independent toy shop in Glasgow. Uh, you might know them from Limmy's show from that one bit. They that's where I got that run amok from. It's just that they're shutting down now. They just announced it because a lot of their locations started shutting down over the years, and the kind of main one in Glasgow is going to shut down. I don't know a date. They haven't said anything, but like pretty soon, what I imagine. And I remember I went in there one day and there was just a is it Runabout or Runamuck? The black one, right? He was rare as fuck even then. He's rare as fuck like nowadays. And I just saw him at the front counter, right? And I thought, like, what the fuck? Oh, what's this doing here? And I said, is this for sale? And they said, oh yeah, sure. And I took it to the register, right? I was pure delighted because I didn't even have the white one yet. And I was just worried about finding any of them. And they wouldn't go for the till for some reason. I don't know what the story was. It was like it wasn't supposed to be there, but they let me buy it and take it home. And fucking lucky I did because I've never seen one for sale ever since. All of them have just been like totally scalped. And I always associate good memories of that A1 Comics, and that image is just one of them. Let's see what it is. There's a bit of G1. It's my old. That's how I used to lay out the room before I changed it up to be more like a studio. That's a photo of me with a dead rat, but I put the Cage TV logo over it. That was like my birthday. Yeah, it was my birthday, and I think it was like fucking. We obviously we couldn't like kick about indoors or anything, so we just spent the entire day walking about. We did like a whole loop of just everywhere we knew. We just walked we walked miles and miles that day. It was mental. That's all like old notes or like video ideas I had. That's kind of humbling actually because back then all my ideas could fit in to like just 3 bits of paper. Right now I've got like right beside me, I've got way too many ideas. It's a problem. I've got like 2 giant like A1 sheets of just concepts and plans and ideas I want to make. Oh fuck me. There's hubcap. We were supposed to do like a Blender grease drawing thing. And I lied because Blender scared the fuck out of me. 3D stuff still scares the fuck out of me. So I just drew that in Autodesk sketchbook and said it was grease pencil. And they believed me, who cares? But now that's come to bite me in the arse because I need to learn 3D for this uni course. And we'll just see how that goes. There's a little bit of sushi fan out of is that the what the fuck is it in the Call of Duty? The M1 or the whatever gang? That like big chungus bullshit. There's some shorts. There's that little character. Friday Night Funkin' again. There's Sushi versus Mada. I don't know what the implications of that is actually now to think about it. There's that thumbnail. But he said one. Oh, that's the Shatter Glass video unedited. There you go. The original one. I remember being super proud of that little kind of motion he did back then. He's a little fucked up alien. I don't like that guy. There's that little Cage custom I made. I don't know if I ever showed that off actually. It was a little custom on Infinisun. It was like a competition, and they were saying like you need to. I don't think I even had that many customs, so I just started making new ones for the competition. And I thought, fuck it, a little bit of Cage TV rep. I think I partially hydro dipped that and it didn't work 100%, so I just spray painted the rest, and it's just little fucked up weird Megatron, Kingdom Megatron. I think I got that from A1 Comics as well. There's a Gibbon. That, oh my god, look at that. That's the old, yeah, I made that in 2021 May. That's the old Cage TV banner before I added more and more stuff to it. It looks so simple in comparison. Well, I think that was initial ideas for Shattered Glass. I was like, we could have come up with the ideas before I start filming it. There's that Skyward. There's the raw image of that Skyward from the Moon video. That's crazy to see that. This is such a trip down memory lane. Tom Pello. I think we came up with some kind of bizarre character, and I was just talking shit one day, and I'm like, oh, this is Tom Pello. He's a fucking weird spike. GIF. I think it was like the old Cage Republic. Yeah, moving Discord icon. Cage Republic icon. Just stuff I was making at the time. Wow, there's was Megatron for any color correction. That's kind of weird. I picked all of those plants. None of those are plastic, by the way. I just picked a shit ton of plants that day and get it filming. Oh, I I kind of wish I had that Moxie again. Jeez. Fairy Tale Research. What was this? Whoa. Oh, there's because I remember my uncle told me about fucking Monkey. This is weirdly relevant now with that Chinese fucking game about Song Wukong or whatever his name is. He showed me a Monkey, which is like this old ass like 70s 80s thing where I think it was Japanese, but it was adapting the Chinese Journey to the West thing, and it was dubbed in with the funniest fucking English actors of all time. Yeah, you've probably seen me talk about it. The fucking "I love to fight" that shit. That I wanted to do like a more serious genre did, but fuck. This one's a funny story actually. Pinocchio. They asked us to draw Pinocchio, right? And I just thought I'd draw something funny like, oh, he's literally made out of wood. Because I remember growing up, I would go to my grand's, and I was used to the more kind of sanitized, nice, presentable version of Pinocchio, the Disney shit, right? You know, like Shrek, that kind of stuff. And I saw this old like book from like probably the 1950s or 60s, and Pinocchio was like this kind of like charcoal colored, fucked up wood person, kind of like that, but like better looking. And I was like, "Whoa, this is what the Pinocchio like." Pinocchio was so unrefined and raw, and I thought that's really cool how it makes such a difference when he becomes like a real boy. So I drew that. I kind of made fun of it, like he doesn't have hands and anything. But the lecturer interpreted that as a kind of like clever metaphor for how he wants to be a real boy and have like actual hands. He's like it's a kind of disability metaphor, and I didn't mean that in the slightest. So I kind of just went along with it to make myself look smart. But I kind of just took the credit there. There's the BFG, but he's fucked up and evil. Because I always liked how the Rodal book kind of talked about how it was dark at night. You could just see these big figures like attacking Titan, like fucking roaming about the place. I wanted to portray that. Contemporary fairy tales, a lot of yapping here. Just talking about like the kind of societal, like what people were thinking back then, what these little fucking freaks represented. You know, contemporary though, like how does it apply to our world nowadays? I don't know why I drew the. Oh, this led into the bird, the mouse, and the sausage. I remember now. That's why I drew the fucking Giga sausage. Okay, I get it. I still use that evil. I call it evil background. I still use it sometimes for video. The little fetus sausage. I still use that for videos sometimes because it's just it's like such a good resource of just like evil kind of malignant, yeah, malignant like kind of like energy for a nice background. I remember this right. This is weird. This was such a strange course they made us do. They were trying to teach us Photoshop. Uh, and the guy who was running it, he sounded like Dr. Nefario. He had such a very fucking specific way of doing things in Photoshop. Uh, like, listen, all I'm saying is I think that Pro there is pretty fucking cool. I just took it. Like, he wanted us to take, like, a bunch of just spare parts and machinery and shit. And I kind of did something like that in high school, but not to this extent. And make something out of it. There was a bunch of cartoons like this growing up in the 2000s where it was like, all of the characters were made up of real world images that moved about and they were kind of animated like that. It was that kind of vibe, and I don't know if I've like, no, I don't have any reference photos, but they were telling us to do like that, and then they moved us on to like vector graphics, and I made this kind of like weird guy, this weird kind of like I don't know, big like follow Cybertron looking dude, and then they said, oh, for your final task you need to animate him. So I just said, fuck you, I hate this, and I blew him up and killed him, and he died. Yeah, not much to say there. Just Servo Studio Series Servo win. You know what I'm saying? Sketchbook, yeah, okay. I think this is like kind of nicer images of everything I was drawing in my sketchbook, just kind of compiled. I like that one. I think I woke up like sleep deprived as fuck for an online class. And I just started drawing that. It was nice when people were yapping away, just kind of talking shit, trying to pass the time. I would just I would draw. Oh my god, is that the original Barry White? Oh, classic, classic, classic. He's faster than shite. A lot of Tronia stuff here. Like Flower Lugnut, Horse Skulls, Tarn. Just a bunch of stuff. Commander Thorn. Blocks. Kelsey. Just birthdays. That was when I turned 18. Jeez. Wow, just a bunch of stuff from my sketchbook here. That was a hypothetical where me and Sushi would go back in time and we would go to the 70s and become like fucked up like kind of LA like fucking scumbags or something. Okay, these are the original sketches I had for Shattered Glass. These were the original ideas. Like Does Optimus kill the guy with a gun or his fist? Now I went with gun because it's more impersonal, it's more kind of fucked up. We're supposed to give Ratchet a bone saw. I don't think I ever did that. Bumblebee, the idea of his face, he's the kind of, again going back to the Pinocchio thing where it's like more kind of sanitized, picturesque characters. I wasn't a fan of these evergreen designs they were really pushing at the time for Transformers. So I thought, what if Bumblebee, who's like the face of the franchise, what if his face was just literally fucked up? I'm glad that made it into the video. Purple bits, kind of bug bitey. All of that was in the air at the time. That was, oh yeah, the PJ. That was a drawing he did as a kid, and then I redesigned it in like 2020. That was fun. I like doing that. Yeah, this certainly was 2020. Look at Biden and Trump over here. Poop fat balls. Hello. I love shitting my pants. Oh, there's Quark. Rest in peace, bro. Okay. You see this storyboard here? I probably shouldn't show you this. This is for a video. Even though I came up with it in 2020, I still have ideas for it. It's been reincorporated into other stuff. I don't know if I'll ever see the light of day. But that is technically a leak from the Cage TV vaults. That storyboard of Tiger Track and Red Alert. Probably shouldn't show that, but still. That's the one time you're ever going to see me draw Destiny, by the way. The lecture forces to. Fuck you. Oh, okay. Here it is. This is the kind of what started it. It was like, I was talking shit to 14th Prime. And I said, Shatterglass kind of sucks. A lot of it's just hue shifts and repaints. Why can't we have fundamental character redesigns? And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, well, like, Starscream's a knight, right? He's supposed to be loyal. Let's, like, give him, like, a shield and a big sword and, like, make him look kind of, like, dated. Like, he's actually, like, from the thing. I tried to give him, like, a knight's helmet. Like, wartime photographer, reflector. Don't think that made it into the actual Shatterglass video. Motorhead Rodimus, which I suppose is just what Shatterglass Rodimus is anyway. There's that Shatterglass Be Evil Rat Trap. Just shit like that. Yeah, I like this page. This is where you could kind of see like the progression from like kind of more simple sketches and me like dicking about shapes and stuff. I think I just went over to the PJs one day and drew this because I was bored. He would just be like, yeah, we'd be watching something and I would just draw this in the background from like things he would like talk about, and I just do that shit in my head. You can kind of see the shapes and me getting more and more confident as it goes down. I think. Oh wow, okay. I've never shown anyone this. I don't think like at least not many people. These were human holoforms for Voyager's characters. I remember. I just drew this for fun, but it's crazy seeing these again because I can't remember where the original paper is. I love that bug bite one. That is that bug bite one is so. I think that was inspired by the new JG Quintel fucking cartoon that came out Close Enough, and I thought the wee girl in that was funny, so I was like, what if Bugbite was like that, a little fucking evil toddler? Barricade's cool. Prowl just accidentally scanned a woman, and he's just stuck like that. Ultra Magnus is like this Agent Fowler, like kind of like big fucking military dude. Cup was just Grandpa Max, because I thought it was funny. Perceptor's like a wee kind of like Professor Brainiac. Knockout's the Chad. Hoist is Ronald Villiers. Hot Rod's like a kind of like tall 80s dude who's like 4'1". What's the other one? Is that it? I did a second one. I don't think that's here. That was Junior. Like I said about Junior is the better. Rest in peace. God. Yeah. I don't think I get through this so quickly. You can pause it obviously and look at the images if you want to. But like, wow, it's kind of funny looking back at all this. Especially now, as I've timed it right. I'm going back. Well, I'm not going to go back. I'm going back into education, but I'm going to uni. I'm going to step up, hopefully, to a place that will respect their students more with their time and money. Fuck. Interesting. I think I'm going to move on to some of the other stuff I did in the second year. Hold on. Alright, hi. Continuing on, just coming off the website there. I have a few things from other things that weren't put on the NQ website. I got a few NQ things here. I don't know if it's anything that I didn't put up. There's something like this here. I think we're learning framing and shit, like 3D space. Is there anything different? Just yeah, we got a few prompts. I remember that. That was funny. I think that's the only prompt I kept. There was a bunch more I did, but I think they're just lost now. Maybe someone could dig them up because I did share them about. Very shit thing of a house. I think that took a blow at my self-esteem there. Got it, yeah. I was still learning to do digital. You know how it is. Still looking about. I don't. What was the cage face? I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, just you know how it is. Me, still learning to do digital art. Me being silly, just fucking about, having a good time. What is this? LO1QA. Says that was talking shit in that one. Illustrator. um, yeah, just bear with me. This is a slow one. There's that cat that used to go about my street. I miss that little guy. He moved away. I know he's fine, but I miss him. I miss him. Yeah, I think that's about it. Now, going on to the HND, HNC here, you will notice that this is 2 years of my life, but there is a shockingly little amount of material in this folder, especially compared to the website, which was only like the first 3/4 of the NQ, or I guess the whole thing, but not really. That's because, getting into this, the budget cuts and shit were getting much more apparent. We had lecturers who just didn't like us, went off on bizarre kind of tangents about things that weren't related to animation, and then just disappeared midway through the year. Yeah, it was strange. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to spill the tea, but just, there's some bizarre fucking characters you'll find out there in the world of education. Not wanting to go on one of my famous anti-education edgy boy rants, but you've all noticed there's a lot of bizarre fucking stupid characters who also happen to be teachers, and they'll oftentimes put a lot of pressure through inaction or just being weird and taking things too personally on people who actually want to get something done. Because I remember the last day of the HNC, which was, I suppose you'd call it, the second year, I was the only one in there, and it was me just with my project, Grimple and John. Yeah, this one. Even then, the computer for some reason didn't work and couldn't play MP4 files, so I couldn't even show him what I'd done. It was just me, and then I bumped into someone else who was a bit late, and we just talked for like a couple of minutes, but that was it. No one else could be arsed to come in because they knew it was a total sham. The animation department, the art budget, all of it had just been completely gutted, and it was getting worse. Because I know I managed to do the HNC and HND. That's how I got my higher national diploma. Right, that's pretty cool. But the budget was so fucked, I think a year or two later they just couldn't afford to do the HND. And one of my friends, a few people followed me in. I think they kind of had bad experiences with previous college and uni courses. They followed me into that course thinking it was going to be really cool. And some of them just straight up couldn't do the HND because they were in the year below me, and it was just, the budget was fucked. There wasn't enough people, things like that. It was fucking shocking because the numbers of people in those classes went up as the years went on. I think just coming off of COVID, fucking people people were, getting back into like education and shit, but they just couldn't afford it. They couldn't provide that. They couldn't supply the need for that demand, and that, I think, is fucking crazy, especially if your principal is embezzling money to go on trips to New York and other bullshit. Let's see. This is from the HNC. This was a kind of weird gimmick they did. It was fun. It was what the fuck was it? It was the 3 states of motivation or something. It was like, you're motivated, this is the start, this is the distraction monster, and then that's like the fear of delay or whatever. And I just kind of dicked about it. Not my best work. People did better. Just kind of, I don't know, superfluous things like that, which were, I don't know, felt like like there's Action Master Thundercracker. Can't stay mad at him. He's beautiful. Just, I don't know. It felt like a college course that was maybe not taking itself as seriously as a college course, if that makes sense. It felt more like you were dicking about in like the high school or something. You know what I'm saying? And I suppose college and high school have a lot in common, depending on what part of the world you're in. It's just that I don't know. Whatever. I don't have as much to say about this. Here are the boards we were like told to make. This is HND. I think we were supposed to make boards in the HNC, but no one ever told us, so we had to pick up a lot of slack in that year. It was research and then like final development, just how our projects got along. All this is up on the second channel. Absolutely crazy stuff. I don't think I've ever explained the joke of absolutely crazy stuff. How it's supposed to be like that was the YouTube. That was like the first name of my YouTube channel before it was like Keach TV and all that shit. Uh, like it's with the missing F and everything, and I just thought wouldn't it be funny if I just instead of naming it something kind of lame like Keach TV 2, I would call it fucking yeah, just the original. Sorry, I was going off on a tangent. I did notice this, right? Lost in the City first draft. This is fucking crazy. This here, this was the very ambitious, before I realised how fucked the course was, this was the incredibly ambitious first draft for the Grimple, for what turned into Grimple and John, basically. Yeah, you can see there, Grimple and John. And it was very much inspired by Smiling Friends, and it was basically, it was me being quirked up, it was me being silly, right? And it was Grimple going to meet their love interest, Pimple, and the big city. It was inspired by me, going to Glasgow city centre. Said I just kicking about the kind of edges of Glasgow. It was me, going in there. It's the big city, shit like that. And they say left is always right, but then they go into the kind of bad part of town. They go into the fucking Easter house, and this guy gets pissed off. He says right is always right. Chases them down. He's rampaging. Just a lot of visual gags, I would imagine. I think the idea was that it'd be very much mixed media, like Smiling Friends, Gumball. I think obviously me going from like stop motion and very simple 2D animation to like 3D and like kind of like practical. Like we learned to its credit, right? I was very much a fan of this, even if it was a bit of a pain in the arse. I liked the fact that they made us do like caveman fucking like 1940s pre kind of computer like non-digital animation. Even if the course was called digital animation, let's fuck all that, right? I think it was a very good experience to do like really nice kind of simple like paper animation. It's a shame that they fucked it up and they didn't give us it, or they never did anything with it, because we recorded these like hand-drawn morphing animations. They were really fucking cool, and the lecturer promised they would combine them all into this one big fluid animation, because it was like we would morph from one character to another. They just never did that, and then they left, and we never fucking saw them again. That's great, thank you. That's me slaving away at hand-drawn animation. Everyone in the class, fucking working the arses on me. You just don't do it. That's really cool. Anyway, this would have been a lot of mixed media like that, inspired by everything I was learning. And it would have ended with this guy called Lumps. Yeah, Lumps is the antagonist. After chasing the duo down between several blocks, corners Grandpa and John in an alleyway. However, in a shocking twist, after charging them through for a brick wall, the three find themselves crashing the greengrocers, which is where which is which is where Pimple works. I think that was the joke. It was like I think John wants to see a really cool carrot in the greengrocers, but Pimple also works there, so they both want to go. And then a brick. I thought this was really funny to me at the time. Just something crushing someone's head from above. A brick falls and crushes Lump's head really realistically, killing him instantly. Rest in peace. Because I remember I had this fucking stupid joke that it was COVID, right? So everything was still on webcams. You know how it is. I just had the idea that these were two jokes actually. I'm gonna laugh at my own joke here. But the first joke that was was that one of my lecturers would be talking, and then like a fucking like naked light bulb would just fall from the ceiling and shatter in his head, and he'd be like fucking screaming for like a 144p webcam. I I like that visual. I remember me and Andrew talked about that. And the other one was the fucking it was Guy Fawkes night. I remember it was like November. I think I was working a part-time job, and they had like fucking fireworks up and everything, and I got inspired because of the fireworks display they had for Guy Fawkes at like my lecturer. It was a different lecturer, so we had a bunch over the years. You know how it was. You could always see his window in the background, and I had this fucking stupid idea that like the fireworks would shoot in, but the camera would lag like a Source Engine game, so you just hear like like looped, and then you just hear the explosion looped on repeat, and then like the guy's webcam would just light up as he fucking flew at the camera, and just a blast hit him. Fuck me, it's weird remembering all this stuff because it just totally left my mind for years and years, and it's funny just reading all this again. Yippee, everyone turned out alright. Grimple explains in joy as they walk over to Pimple, their previously mentioned love interest for whom they had potential feelings for. Then John walks over and takes a big fat bite out of Pimple because she was a carrot person and he was hungry for those vegetables. The end. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back to this one day. Maybe I'll bring back Grimple and John for this epic story. Yeah, you heard it here first. What else do I have? Three. Okay, these are like more Grimple and John kind of ideas. The creature. Oh no, I must have combined all three of them. The creatureoid, ugly. Yeah, the little creature was ugly, and then what's inside. So I guess I just like thought, why would I focus on one? Why can't I just do all three? Fuck you and your little weird fucking task. We were doing like sound and stuff. I remember. I swear to God, I Mongolian throat sang, and everyone liked that because I was just like, oh fucking, it come up with like a funny sound. And I started going like, I started doing that shit, and that was that was the gag for like a week. It was fucking weird. Yeah, it's shockingly little for the HNC HND. I don't want to leave this video off on like I just had kind of boring note because it has been nice looking back at everything. Is there anything else kind of cool? Because I know I uploaded the past of it one and the one talking about Glasgow's kind of tobacco trade, the slavery stuff. Is there anything else? 2 minute animation plot synopsis. Give me someone here. It's just Grimple and John again. Yeah. Oh, is that the script? Or I think this was like a kind of rough draft of the script. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I think I learned an awful lot in these years, and you can tell because circa 2023, 2022, when I was coming out of the HND, the final year, I was learning an awful lot. I was really getting into it, despite everything, despite the fact that you could literally see the supplies in the cupboard get thinner and thinner each time you got into that classroom, and it was just like, yeah, oh fuck, yeah. Despite everything, I had a lot of fun, even if at the end of the day, I was just throwing my own acrylic paint on magazines I had ripped up from the back of class that had like a thick layer of dust in them. And that was me learning texturing. You can see that a lot more in the Keach TV stuff. There's a lot more layers in both my physical and digital art. That's great. Again, I met a lot of good people there. A lot of people who inspire me. A lot of people who are just my pals. It's just a shame that now that I'm going into uni, I know, and I suppose I'm worried it could end up the same again. But I know that things could get better because that was pretty rotten. At least I know I will never have to sit through a graduation ceremony where some crook fucking waffles for 7 million years. And I end up so bored I fall asleep and fart. Yeah, that was just me looking back at my college stuff. Hopefully I'll make a video like this in a couple of years' time where it's me looking back at my uni stuff. But other than that, yeah, that was pretty cool to look back on. If there's anything I missed out on, maybe I'll make some kind of wee addendum, or if there's anything you want to talk about for the 2 people that are watching this, just say. But other than that, thank you very much. Big kisses. Here's hoping I get that animation degree.